are the 1%. It's a good thing that the parents are informing the kids to recognize their privilege. 4. They lived in Boston and we were talking about how small condos are there. They were lamenting that they had no space and as a result they had to buy another condo. This was Beacon Hill, because they ran out of space to store their Persian rugs. 5. I dated a rich guy who loved my authenticity and he would pick me up in one of his dad's old collector cars and take me to the Ford store. When I went to visit him I showed up in my grandpa's old Ford F-150 truck. He asked me why I drove around in that thing. I shrugged and said, because I'm poor, and he said, no you're not. It was like I ruined his whole hipster aesthetic and he realized I wasn't grunge. Like yeah, but I wore a flannel from the thrift store because it was cheap, not because I was making a fashion statement. 6. I was venting to a schoolmate about not being able to have a car. She said, why don't you just ask your mom? It literally broke my brain. Like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? 7. She says money has been tight so we have to wait a couple more weeks before we break ground on the new air-conditioned stable for the horses. 8. My boss is an attorney. A client who was filling out her financial statement for a divorce realized that she had forgotten to include her student loans on the report. Laughing somewhat ruefully, she said, I can't believe I forgot to include that. And in a bright sunny voice my boss laughed and said, I sometimes